What's up, everybody? Welcome to the debut podcast for me and Rob. It's Trey and Rob. Give me the rock. Rob and Trey, give me the rock. However you want to put it. It doesn't matter. But it's Give Me the Rock. It's the debut podcast. Listen, it's week one coming up for us. The NFL season is about underway. Here we are. We are officially here. I would say, honestly, in my time paying attention, like really studying and watching the game, this has been the most question marks I've ever seen over guys in the NFL season to start the season, if I'm being real. But we're going to see what happens. Most question marks I've ever seen over guys. Robbie, how you feeling about the season? Are you excited about this year? What do we think? What's the storylines? Tell me something about the NFL we don't know.
I just want to say, listen, this has been a long time in the making. We talk probably multiple times a week about everything, not just football, life, politics, basketball. We talk about it. We've been saying we need to do this. I've been told a handful of times, Rob, you should create your own podcast. I just never pulled the trigger. I think without a doubt, we have the content, we have the takes. They're interesting, they're different. Nobody looks at it like this. So I'm excited to do this with you. We're going to be doing this once a week. I have some questions for you. I think you bring great perspective to this. You bring energy. You bring a little biasism, but like me, I do as well. So what I kind of want to open this up with is I think it's important to establish a foundation. It's important for our viewers to understand where we are coming from. I'm a Pats fan through and through. I'm expecting nothing this year. I need to see flashes of Drake May. I want to see what Christian Gonzalez to do. That's a whole different story on our over-under, but I need to set the foundation for viewers. There is no bandwagon over here. I will root for the game of the NFL. I will root for players on fantasy. It's Pats first and always. I would like to hear what you're thinking. Introduce your team, your allegiance.
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, there's no bandwagon over here. That goes both ways, as I am a Panthers fan. You guys know what last year was like for us. We were the worst team in the league. I think Pats were second or third, so you kind of got a little taste of that. But honestly, we earned the rightful worst team. We probably have one of the worst owners in the league. So honestly, I'm usually just an angry NFL fan. I finally got to meet Jonathan Stewart not too long ago. When I met him, I said, dude, you don't know how many Sundays you guys ruined for me, but it's all good. I still love you. I still watch. It is what it is. But, there is bias over here. But I'm going to be real. I'm not expecting anything either from the Panthers. A winning record? No. But 6 wins, 5 wins, I'll definitely take that, as we're going to be talking about this more on this episode, because obviously being week one, this is going to be a predictions podcast. We got to set the whole year out in front of us. And then at the end of the year, Rob, I think it would be great if we came back at the end of the year, see if we were right on any of our picks and see if we were wrong on any of our picks. I don't expect to be wrong on many. I'm sure you will have a few wrong over there, but, that's okay.
Listen, we'll both be wrong, but what we're going to do is we're going to compare who's more right and who's more wrong. But that's not the point of this. I'm not trying to be, I'm lying. Maybe I am trying to be the most right. But what I'm trying to do is educate. I'm trying to inform, get the users thinking. I have some things we talked about. I want your perspective on it. I want it to be an interesting conversation. I don't want it to be he's right, wrong. I want it to be why we're saying things, right? I think there's something to be said for a deep mind, a way of looking through a lens that's different from the standard podcaster, the standard media person.
Yeah.
I have some ideas. I want to just start rattling them off to you, and then let's create a quick little rapid fire here if you're ready.
Love that.
All right, here's the thing. NFL kickoff starts Thursday. Excited with the Super Bowl champions. They're going for the three-peat, the Chiefs, the Ravens. That's great. What we need to do is, again, we need to stamp the foundation. Let's get ahead of this. I want quick rapid fire. Either you go, I go, or you go in terms of by division or by conference.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen. As long as I'm able to do that, what I want you to do is just talk to me. If you're able to see it, let me know. You able to see my screen here? Let's do this. I want your AFC predictions top down in terms of who you think is going to win. We can start with the division winners, and then we can fill out 2, 3, 4, or 2 through 4. But let's just start with what you think. You go a division, and then I'll go with my division. You'll be the first column. I'll be the second column. Or what we can do is we can do this. We'll just color coordinate these. But talk to me. As I'm doing this, you talk to me. Who do you like in the AFC East to win and why?
AFC East, okay. Now, I'm about to sound really dumb right now. I get these confused on the AFC. AFC East, that is Miami, New
That's right.
England.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. 100% Miami. I think Miami's the hot team
Wow.
here. I think Bills have been depleted. They don't have receivers now. I understand, okay, they drafted Keon Coleman. I think he'll be solid. I even made a bet on him to have over 750 receiving yards this year. So I do think he'll be solid. But I just don't think they'll have the juice. I think Miami has the defense, and they definitely have the offensive power. So I think they will easily handle that division. Plus 135, I got them at, might I mention.
Miami. Oh, all right. Miami to win the AFC East. And once we get this, I'm going to put it in. Trey, you'll be green, okay?
Perfect.
Yeah, I actually disagree with
And
you
I'm
here.
I'm very confident in that pick. So I would love to see what do you have here? I would love to hear Jets.
Yeah, you took it out of me. I like the Jets. I think the Jets have, on paper, they're loaded. I like their defense. Sauce Gardner is a real problem. He is very reminiscent of Darrelle Revis on the corners. I think Garrett Wilson's going to explode. The guy is just, he produces. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you. He
Yeah,
produces
perfect.
with the worst quarterback play over the past 2, 3 years. I think him and Rodgers. I think Brees Hall is a shining spot for the Jets. I actually think Robert Saleh could be the right guy. I think he's on the hot seat. But give me the Jets. I like Rodgers to. I like him to just play better football than Zach Wilson did last year. Truthfully, and I think that division can kind of be had now. I think Miami's shown they can't win in cold weather situations. Buffalo's a little depleted. Pats aren't the Pats no more. So give me the Jets to win the AFC East. Let's move on. AFC North, Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Ravens. Talk to me.
Listen, I wavered on this one. I went back and forth. It's so hard for me to go against Joey B because I love him so much. But give me the Ravens here because I think between them and the Chiefs in the AFC, one of them are coming out and possibly winning the Super Bowl. Those are the strongest teams in the AFC to me. I got to go with the Ravens here.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm torn. I'm torn. I don't think the Ravens. Excuse me. I don't think the Browns are going to do it. Although I've seen a lot of love going to the Browns from a few different podcasters. I got to see it with Deshaun Watson. I'm not sure if he's finished. I'm not sure if he's finally going to get. We're going to see glimpses of who he once was. I think I got to lean Ravens too. You know what I just don't like? I don't like how Joe Burrow's starting to become a injury prone person. I don't love the
So,
I don't love the injury with the wrist. I mean, what is that? I heard a statistic like not too long ago that no quarterback or MLB pitcher has ever suffered this injury.
yeah.
What is that? You know what I mean? That's like saying where's the blueprint? Where's the data that says he's going to be good? If he gets hit, if he gets sacked, if he throws it wrong, I don't know. I'll go with the Ravens here too. I like their chances. I think Derrick Henry explodes. So give me the Ravens.
Love that. Come with the
South
boy.
AFC South Colts, Texans, Jags, Titans.
Titans. Wow. Okay, this is honestly I think this division is going to be more competitive than we think because I do think the Texans maybe take just a slight step back because
Mm.
CJ went absolutely phenomenal. He had a great year, not just for a rookie, for just a regular veteran quarterback. He was going off. I mean, no interceptions for how many weeks? It was insane what he was doing. So you have to go with the Texans. You have to go with the Texans here, but I'm very, very sneakily suspicious of the Colts here. I think the Colts could have a great season if AR can stay healthy, but give me the Texans.
Yep, I like it. I like CJ Stroud. You know what I don't like? I saw a post today from Bleacher Report. I think Stephon Diggs is the problem.
Was it all the quotes that they were posting from him saying all that stuff?
I saw something, and I'll paraphrase here. He said, if I wanted to stay at my previous teams, I could have, but I didn't want to.
Yeah,
Minnesota and Kirk Cousins, he was getting fed the rock. They had an explosive offense. Josh Allen, high powered quarterback, run pass, feeding him. Now he's with CJ Stroud. Is he going to want 10, 12, I don't know, targets a game? Is he going to be a disruption to the locker room? Can he take second fiddle? You got Tank Dell there. You got Nico Collins there. You got Joe Mixon in the
true.
backfield. Is he cool with being a team player? Is he cool to buying in? I don't know. On paper, they're loaded. I agree with you. I think the Colts could be sneaky. I think this division's going to get a lot of wins, a lot of teams beating each other up. I'll be
Mm,
honest, I don't love the Titans. I don't love the Jags at all. I'm not sold on
no,
Trevor Lawrence.
I'm
I
not.
think I mean they just paid the kid, but I think he's in a prove it year to be honest with you.
Yeah,
So, give me the Colts. Give me the Colts to make some waves here. Give me some action on the Colts to win this, but I wouldn't be
bold,
surprised if Texans take it.
bold.
FC West. Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, the LA Chargers, the Oakland Raiders, and our lovely Denver Broncos.
That's right. I think it's so funny. You look at this division a year ago, and this was supposed to be the big bad division. They were supposed to tear through the
That's right.
entire NFL. And you look at this division now, and there's so many question marks over these teams besides the Chiefs. The Chiefs seem to be the constant in this division. I think Bo Nix could end up faring out. He's not going to be Drew Brees. Okay, I don't know what's going on over there in Denver. I think he could be solid. I always trust in Sean Payton. I think he's a solid coach, one of the best coaches that's been in the league. But the Chiefs, it's just it's meant for them. The NFL loves them. You got to understand this. Not only are they great, but the NFL brand loves the Chiefs, so they are going to give them favors as they can. Whether that's helping them in the schedule, home games, away games, whatever it is, give me the Chiefs. I love Chiefs all the way here. I think that's the easy selection here.
Yeah, I think anyone who thinks that a team can beat win the West outside other than the Chiefs is just delusional. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm a lot of people are higher on Bo Nix. They're going to be fighting for 2, 3, 4. What are the Raiders going to do? They got their coach in Pierce. The players wanted him. He's a players coach. Everybody's saying Harbaugh is coach of the year. Book it, lock it in. I don't know. We'll see. Somehow there's this narrative that is Justin Herbert the guy. It's going to be an interesting division, a lot of storylines. So here we go. Let's take a look back. You and I agree on one.
Yeah.
We agree on one.
And I feel bad for you
No,
because
I'm
I think
lying. I'm lying. My bad. We agree on two. Okay, so we like the
we
Ravens and the
got
Chiefs.
Ravens and Chiefs.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Thursday night kickoff, opening NFL kickoff, Chiefs Ravens. Is it a bigger storyline if the Ravens lose or the Chiefs lose?
It's a bigger storyline if the Ravens lose because we've seen this time and time again with the Chiefs where they have an early loss, two early losses, and then they come out in October, they come out in November just looking sharp as ever, and they ride that all the way into the playoffs and look sharp. But with that being said, they do play week one. The Chiefs and the Ravens do play week one. This game just feels like Ravens are going to take it and start off strong for the season.
Ravens are going to take it -3 in Kansas City, +130 for the Ravens to win.
It just feels like it.
I I I don't like either of those. I wouldn't touch them unless I put it in a teaser. I would take Baltimore +9 with the 6-point teaser if I was to touch this.
Wow. And that's
Here's
a
what I
great
think.
take.
Yeah, I know. I like that. Here's what I think, right? Last year, at some point, I think week 7, week 8, you could have got the Kansas City Chiefs at +700 to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a tailgate getting ready to go to the Bucks Saints game. I remember my buddy showed it to me. I couldn't believe it. And I said, wow, that's a steal because anything with Mahomes and Andy Reid, they deserve the respect +700. I almost want the Chiefs to lose. Vegas is going to start the narrative. Why? Because, like you said, they make a lot of money for the NFL. The Chiefs can't do it. A three-peat's too hard. We've never seen it. Blah, blah, blah. It'll increase the Chiefs Super Bowl odds. Do I think they're going to lose? I don't know. They're going to get the Super Bowl ceremony. They're going to get the banner drop. That place is going to be juiced. It's going to be wired. Ray Rice is playing. Kelsey, we're getting thumbs up. Google agrees. And I don't know. Again, I wouldn't touch it unless it's a teaser, but I really hope the Chiefs lose just for betting purposes.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's take it to the NFC.
Talk to me NFC East, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants, Philly. Lot of biasism here. I think it's between two teams. Who do you like?
Yeah, I think it's between two teams easily, but I don't trust in the Cowboys ever. I will never trust in the Cowboys. They're cursed. I really believe that. There's no doubt about it. I have to go with the Eagles here.
Wow.
And honestly, I think this might be a little bit of a hot take. Nick Sirianni's on the hot seat a little bit.
Hundred percent.
He's got to have a strong season here, and he needs at least like I need a NFC Championship appearance. Like I need that again at least, please, because you have too solid of a team, too many great pieces. You just brought Saquon Barkley in. Now is your time. If you're going to do it, hey buddy, it's right now. You drafted great defensively. The young guys are starting to grow a little bit. They have a year under their belt with Carter. It's time. Like now is your time if you're going to do it.
Trey, I'm interested. That's probably going to be one of the most talked about headlines right there. Sirianni, he's on the hot seat. They start 3-5. Is he there?
He's still there, but it's dark. It's dark over there in Philly.
Do you think he finishes the season?
Gosh. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. He finishes the season. I think they figure it out. I think Saquon does well for them, and I think they do well. I do. I do think they figured out a little bit. Plus, with Cowboys not looking as good, they got a little drama going on over there with contracts and stuff. So I like the Eagles odds here.
I think Sirianni will finish the season as the head coach. I think anything short of an NFC championship game, he's gone. There's some guys lurking in the background with some, kind of a very historic and very precedent coaching resumes. Bill Belichick, he's out in the market. What about Mike Vrabel? What about Pete Carroll? I think Philly
Yeah.
starts looking over their shoulder. This guy can't get it done. He's lost in a Super Bowl. He lost to the Bucks last year in the division round. They bring in all this talent. Bill Belichick, he's known to coach up the defense. Offense is in place. Saquon Barkley, great offensive line. A.J. Brown. It's going to be a coaching move that I monitor because I think waters are going to get hot there.
Yeah.
They start 3-5, 4-4, shit, 0-3, 0-2. I think people are going to say we're not doing this all year. As far as who I got winning, I'm torn. I think the Cowboys are built for the regular season. I think Dak could have a great year. He's a garbage time quarterback, but some games he shows up, explodes. CeeDee Lamb is probably my favorite wide receiver in the league between him and Justin Jefferson. Give me the
Really?
Cowboys. I think CeeDee Lamb is a. I
Over
think
Tyreek?
well, I think Tyreek is obviously in that conversation. I think it's so tough. I mean, only because I think Dak is better than Tua. I think CD is a little bit better than Tyreek.
Okay, that's fair.
Give me the Cowboys. I'll create some parity going on. Talk to me. Listen, this is going to be a very very interesting division. Talk to me about the NFC North. Bears are getting a lot of publicity. The Packers and Jordan Love are considered the high flyers. The Vikings, they're injury prone.
I love the Lions. Okay, 100%. I love the Lions, but I think they peaked. Okay, I don't see them getting any higher. I don't. It's just not going to happen. I think Jared Goff's great. I think they've done it. They're a playoff team. They will contend. They will be a strong team throughout the season. That's great. The Bears, they had the hard knocks. They got Caleb Williams. They had the big trade with us. Keenan Allen came in. They have Swift came in. Like they have all these moves coming in. But let's not forget everybody. Okay, let's not forget he's still a rookie quarterback. Okay, the history shows they're not going to be playoff contend or championship contenders, playoff teams. It usually doesn't work out like that. Now I know we saw CJ last year be special, but CJ's a different breed. That was just a historic season.
You like you okay?
With that being said, I have been on this guy since he's been drafted. I said he was going to be great. He was going to be next up. He was going to be special. And that guy is Jordan Love. And I'm telling y'all right now, with Josh Jacobs being added in the run game, Jordan Love coming into his own. He's going to have a special season this year. The wide receivers that honestly I haven't even heard of half of them, but they're all solid and get separation and catch the ball. I think they have the strongest possibility, and they're going to be contenders this year. They will be contenders for the Super Bowl, and they will win the division in the NFC North. Packers, baby.
Let me ask you this. I like the Packers pick. I want to unpack it a little bit. Rookie of the year. Who do you like? And before you answer, I'll help you out. In order of Vegas, I'm looking at the lines. Caleb Williams plus 125, Jaden Daniels plus 550, Harrison Jr. plus 650, Bo Nix plus 900, Drake May, my guy, plus 1400, Malik Neighbors plus 1400. We'll just stop there. That's 6. What do you like?
I think you have to. I mean, clearly Caleb Williams has to be the favorite here because I think they're going to let him loose. I actually think they're going to let him just sling the ball around as much as he can, and Swift will run every now and then. I think they'll be mostly a pass team. With that being said, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. has a very strong chance of winning it too because they have no receivers over there. They have Trey McBride, that's pretty much it at tight end, and he's not getting down the field like that usually. He's the dink and dunk guy. So I think Marvin Harrison Jr. has a really strong chance. It's him and Caleb Williams neck and neck for me, just based off production and the value that they bring to their offenses.
Okay, so I'll go north. I like the Lions. I like the Lions for a handful of reasons. I think every championship team, for the most part, has to go through their growing pains. I think they're learning what it takes to be a Super Bowl champion. Let's not forget, they're one drive away from beating the 49ers last year and going to the Super Bowl, so they're knocking on the door. Probably the biggest reason why I like them is, as you know, Ben Johnson stayed put.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson could have had a handful of NFL coaching opportunities. Him and Jared Goff are attached to the hip. They know each other. They got weapons. Jamar Gibbs is going to be healthy. Amon St. Brown. Their tight end is a problem. Aiden Hutchinson, I would sprinkle some money on him to win Defensive Player of the Year. I think their coach. I think this is the year they either have to run it. I don't think they need to go 13-4. I don't think they do. I think they just need to win the division or make the playoffs, and then from there they need to let their pads do the talking. They're a run-first physical football team. Jared Goff is good enough to get there. We've seen that. Is he good enough to win? We'll see. Give me the Lions. As somebody we've said here's the thing. I understand the hype around the Packers. Jordan Love, they blew the doors off the Cowboys. You called that. Shout out to you. You've been saying Jordan Love for a minute. I said I needed to see it. He showed up last year more than anybody in the second half. He was a stud. I just think there's a little too much love on them. I like Matt LaFleur. Okay. I think he's a top 5 coach. I like Josh Jacobs, but it's kind of like there's expectations now.
Do you think we could see another level from the Lions though? Like you say you don't think they need to go 13-4. Do you think they can go 13-4?
Do I think? Yeah, I think they can. I think in a perfect world, they're firing on all cylinders. Yeah, they can go 13-4. What I want to see is I want to see them win the game that matters. I think having been a Patriots fan of 2 decades, the Patriots figured out ways to win. It wasn't always pretty. Sometimes it was 14-13 games, game-winning field goals. Vinatieri won 2 of our Super Bowls. I want to see when it matters, down the stretch, playoff football, you're playing the Rams, you're playing the Bears, you're playing your Cowboys. Can they get it done? Trey, do they have more than one way to win? I think we're starting to see that from KC. Hey, they'll run it down your throat with Pacheco. Mahomes is starting to nickel and dime cats. No more Tyreek Hill, 50-yard over the top. Can you win in different ways? I think they got the personnel to do it. I think they got the coach to be punch it down your throat. They got the OC to hit them over the top. I want to see playoff football. Obviously, we've got 17 weeks to enjoy. I want to see them know, okay, we can flip the switch.
Yeah.
Does a team recognize, you know what, we've been here, we've done that. We're not going to let you bully us, and I think, at least for the NFC North, I like the Lions. So give me the Lions.
Okay.
Let me ask you this before we move on. What happens if the Lions fall short? Short being they don't make the Super Bowl, they don't make the NFC Championship. Is Ben Johnson gone? Is the head coach on the hot seat? Do they start to look at Detroit a little bit different? Everybody has been showing them love for the last 3 years. Talk to me. You think Ben
That's
Johnson starts to look elsewhere? What happens?
We'll see. I don't understand why he hasn't went. Like, what job is he waiting for? I don't know, because
Trey.
he's the hottest dude on the market every time. What job could he possibly be waiting for? I don't understand that. Which that takes me back to my point. I think the Lions have peaked. I don't think they're going to go any higher. They're going to be a playoff team. They'll be competitive. I don't know if they'll win the Super Bowl this year. I just don't think they have the juice for that. So what? Like, that's what I'm saying. So now what? So Ben has to leave, right? Even though I don't think that's the answer, I think they get worse if Ben leaves. So I don't know what they do. I'm really not sure. Is it the defensive side they need to step up? I don't know what they're missing to where I could say, hey, if you put this piece into the Lions team, they're going to win the Super Bowl. I can't tell you that. I don't know what it is about them. It's just not there. That's where I'm at with the Lions.
I think it's interesting because going into going into the offseason last year, Ben Johnson could have been the head coach in no particular order of teams we knew, right? The Washington Commanders,
Mm-hmm.
the Chicago Bears, if they wanted to move off whoever's in there, I forgot his name, with Caleb Williams coming in, high-powered offense. Okay, we could bring him in. We could have went to Tennessee, they had vacancy. Could have went to New England, they had vacancy. Could have went to Seattle, they had a job vacancy. To your point, where does he go? Well, if he didn't want to go to Chicago, maybe Chicago didn't want him. He could have went to Commanders with a high-powered dual-threat quarterback in Jaden Daniels. Does he want to go be the face of the Dallas Cowboys? Does he want to be a part of the biggest brand in the NFL in terms of revenue? I don't know. If we look at next year's draft, we got this kid in Georgia. We got Shador Sanders. They're projected 1-2 right now.
Yeah.
If we're looking at the landscape, again, because I think what he's going to be sure of is he has the quarterback he wants or he wants to go to. Is that Philly? If Sirianni gets fired, I don't know. You know what I mean? Is it Trevor Lawrence? I think Doug Peterson is significantly overrated. He hasn't been good. I heard a stat the other day. I'm not even going to – I'll come back to it. A lot of questions there. I think personally, I think you're right. What is he looking for? Is it a brand or is it the quarterback? Is it complete control like a Belichick? Does he want 5, 6, 7-year job? I don't know. I think he's kind of smart, though. Imagine if he gets it done with Jared Goff. People are going to pay him whatever price tag he wants. What if they fire Dan Campbell because they disappoint this year and he's like, you know what, Ben, you're a head coach.
Do you like? I don't think that's happening. I mean, Dan Campbell owns Detroit. Like, that is his city. So I don't know if that's happening.
A lot of storylines. Let's move on. NFC South. You're familiar with this division. Listen, I'm just going to say this right now. I'm going to say it right now, and I'm not going to beat on anybody. This is the worst division in football.
It is.
Easily. A lot of parity going on. Maybe that's the upside. Talk to me.
All right, here's the deal. I wish we could skip this division, honestly, because I don't even want to talk about it, but we will. I think the Bucs are going to be a little depleted because we took Dave Canales and honestly probably 6 or 7 of their interior staff, offensive staff, higher up guys that they had in the front office and brought them over to Carolina. So I do think that hurts them a little bit, but I think they'll be solid. With that being said, I think the Falcons are clearly the favorites in this division, and I think that it's theirs to lose. Like, it is theirs to lose for sure. If they fumble the bag, that's on them, but I have to go with the Falcons at this point. I'm not a big fan of Raheem Morris. Maybe it's a little biased because he wasn't good the first time, but I just don't think he's that great of a coach personally. Could he put something together here with Kirk Cousins and them? Sure, but we'll see. But I have to go with the Falcons. I love Kirk. I'm the biggest fan of Kirk, which hurts me because he's on the Falcons now and I have to hate him now. But I got to go with the Falcons. It's theirs to lose. But I want to say this, and this is biased, and I don't care. The Panthers might shock some people This is going to be a bad division. You never know. This could be one of them 8-win, 7-win divisions where that gets you into the playoff. And
Yep.
we've seen it multiple times here.
Let me read you the odds right here. In order: Falcons -140 to win, Bucks +300, Saints +400. If we're talking odds and value, Panthers to win the division at +1100. You sprinkle $50, you make $550. You sprinkle 100, you make 1100. I kind of like that. I'm not saying it's going to happen. The odds kind of worth seeing. I think that dude Canales has got some real skill to him. I wouldn't be surprised. That's another take. It's right now's take. I think Dave Canales' time in Carolina is ticking. You want to know why I say it's ticking? I'll tell you why it's ticking, Trey. He's not going to be there long. He's going to excel. He's going to turn Bryce around. I think he's going to be that offense is going to get grooming. I think 2-3 years he's out. Not because they want to let go of him.
He's going to go take a better job.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, unless remind me your name again, or not your name, the owner's name, Tepper?
Yep, Dave.
Unless Tepper puts some real things in place, we're going to build that practice facility up. We're going to bring in some high-powered offense. We're going to spend. I saw they're putting money into the stadium. Come on, man. Carolina, their biggest name they've ever had. I mean, well, here's the thing with Carolina, and we're getting sidetracked, but they bring in superstars. They have superstars. Cam, superstar at one point. CMC, best running back in the league currently and then. Steve Smith, well-known, arguably one of the best linebackers of all time. Luke Kuechly. They have guys. They're able to wrap their arms around them. I'm just not sure how they're able. They can't retain them. They can't build around them. It almost seems like they're running them into the ground a bit too much and leaning too heavily on them. DJ Moore, he was a nice pick out of Maryland. They draft well, at least their old former regime. Things have changed. I like this dude Canales. I think he's saying the right things. I like what he did with Baker. I was at a handful of games. Their offense was explosive. I like the Falcons to win the division. I like the.
I just want to say this about Dave Canales leaving. I do think we have a good chance of him staying and like building something here because he was in Seattle when they were a small market team, nobodies, and Pete Carroll went there and built them up and turned them into what they were. So I do think he has a little bit of love for the small market team where he can build it up and he's the program now. I think
Sure.
he finds pride in that. So I'll argue that. But yeah, we can move on.
I mean, listen, I think Canales could be, depending upon what he wants. Does he want to make Carolina the powerhouse in the South? Sure, go for it. Does he look around the division? And this is where I start to get creative. This is where nobody's talking about, Trey. This is why I'm different. Does he look around the division? Does he go, Bucks, future, limited. Saints, cap salary, ruined.
Yeah.
You're telling me I'm worried about Kirk Cousins, who's 30-plus years old, and Michael Penix Jr.? I'm next. Hey, I'm next up. I'm going to own this division 5, 10, 15 years. Watch me. The kid's what, 41, 42? We texted that?
Yeah.
Is he thinking like that? I don't know. Does he need a me in his ear and his assistant coach and assistant vice president, an owner? Listen, go put your stamp all over this division. You make the Panthers the Patriots of the NFC. Do what you can. Go make it. Does he think like that? I don't know. I hope he does. That's what I'd be saying to him if I was in that Carolina locker room. Go make this division your bitch.
I will say he always says it starts with the division. That's like his main thing. Starts with winning the division. That's like his main thing that he preaches. So hopefully he does have that mentality. Like I said, I love everything he says in his pressers. I listen to everything, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this dude already thought about it and has a smarter answer, and you can't even have a follow-up now to try and get him. Like, it's done. It's just dead question. I love that.
I think it's worth noting if we're talking about you got to invest in a team for the next 5 years. At least come that 5-year threshold, who are you most excited about? I think it's Carolina, only because of him.
It's got to be.
I think you guys are in a position now where, again, if you look around the division, the Saints I think are going to finish dead last. I think Derek Carr is capable. I don't like their weapons. I don't like their running back. I think Alvin Kamara is banged up. I think Chris Olave is okay. I think their salary cap is jacked up. Their coach should not be there. Saints, I don't like their future. Again, if I am betting on the future, I think Carolina's 4 or 5 year window is now. I think they need to take baby steps to get there. Show me flashes. They need to build up around. They need to see if Bryce is their guy.
That's the question mark this year.
That's the question mark. They've added
Yeah,
enough pieces for him to improve, but I'll tell you, Dave has been around some quarterbacks where he knows what good looks like. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. And you know what
Okay.
I love most about him is he knows receivers. That's where he started at. So he knows, hey, is this the quarterback's fault or is this my lineman's fault? Is this my receivers aren't getting open? He'll be able to specifically look at that and pinpoint what that is. But yes,
My favorite division in football, I think this is going to be the toughest division, the best division. Everyone's going to be stealing wins from each other, high scoring. NFC West, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, those 49ers. Who do you like?
my heart, I don't know why. I get maybe it's because I lived in the city for 6 years. I want to say Rams so bad here right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's the most healthy they've been in the past few seasons. But by law, I have to go with the 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers. I think Brock Purdy regresses, though. I don't think he is as shiny and as bright as he has been. I think he slows down a little bit. People got film on him now. I think CMC is still going to be the guy. I mean, he's the best running back in the league. I mean, what are we talking about here? There's no debate about that. And then they have the receivers. They finally figured out everything with Brandon Ayuk. They got everything figured out with Trent Williams just today. They got his contract done. So I think they're fine. They got the money issues. They got the drama out the way. Now it's time for football, and that's what Shanahan does is football. And I think they're going to just cruise on through to another division win.
Let's play what if. Brock Purdy regresses. They make the playoffs. Wild card bounced first round. What's up with Purdy? What's up with the 49ers? Is he there? Do they pay him?
I don't think they pay them. I think Brock Purdy is a rental. I think they are riding him out on his rookie contract for as long as they can. They'll see what they can do, and they're going to try and snag them a QB along the way to come right in and fill his spot, and they'll finally get their franchise guy. I don't know if anybody truly believes that Brock Purdy is their franchise guy over there. I know they say it all the time, but I'm not buying it.
Trey, I think if you asked 100 49ers fans off record in a basement, lights off, hide their identities. Do you believe in Brock Purdy? I think you're going to. I think majority say no. Do you believe
Yeah,
in him to be their future? I think you're going to see 60-40 no.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
This is tough. 49ers are minus 195 to win the division. Vegas loves them. A lot of juice on them. Rightfully so. They're stacked both sides of the ball. Rams plus 325. Seahawks plus 700. Cardinals, who I love at plus 1300. I think they're going to be one of the best teams to watch. Kyler's healthy. Marvin Harrison Jr. is incredible. McBride can play. They got some hitters on defense. Oh, James Conner is good for 15 points a game in fantasy. Always plays at least 15 games, 14 games. He finds the end zone. I don't think they win the division. I think they're going to upset some teams. And give me the
Who are you?
Rams.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, who are you torn between? It's got to be the Rams and them. I will say this: Mike McDonald is one of my guys, one of my candidates to win Coach of the Year. I think he will be good with Seattle. I think they'll be solid.
Seattle's getting a lot of love. I'm just, I'm not quite sure Pete Carroll's getting the respect he deserves. I mean, yeah, he was getting up there in age. Maybe they're saying they wanted to move in a different direction. We just did it with Belichick. I get it. Pete Carroll's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, 100%.
First
And
ballot
honestly,
Hall of Famer.
it makes you question everything even more, considering Russell Wilson has been awful since he left Pete Carroll. So
Trey, that's what I'm saying. Legion of Boom, they were saying they carried him. There's some bad blood still between Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman and Bobby Wagner. Whatever. We'll never know the full extent of it. I like the Rams. Give me the Rams. I think, honestly, I think McVay's still got a chip on his shoulder. I really do.
I
The
do.
guy turned this team around from scrubs last year. Cooper was hurt. Nakua has an incredible year. They draft him. They take the Florida State defensive end this year in the first round. They got their running back, Kerryon Williams. They are, I think, a team to watch for. I think he's trying to send a message to the NFC West and the entire league. I'm the best coach in the league now.
Yeah.
I think he looks at Shanahan across the sideline and goes, "Out coach me." Shanahan's gotten the best of him a little bit, but he also has a better team. The odds, give me Rams plus 325. I think they sneak in, they win the division. let's get things going a little bit here. I want to pick your head. I want to take these division winners. We'll tally them up. Here's what we're going to do for the fans. We're just getting started, but we're going to get things going here. What we're going to do, Trey, is we're going to go conference winners, AFC, NFC championship game, Super Bowl picks. I'm going to outline it. Tell me who you like AFC championship game. Tell me who you like to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to put this thing here in color coordinated, and then we're going to talk about week one picks. Who do you like AFC championship game?
AFC Championship game. I said it before. I'll say it again. You have to give me the Chiefs and the Ravens. 100%. We're about to watch it Thursday. We get to see it first game of the season, and we're going to get to see it one of the last games of the season.
Wow.
That is my most confident. Like I almost want to bet that specifically is what the AFC game
You
is.
can. I mean, listen, I'll tell you right here. Let me scroll over to okay, yep, NFL conference winner. Okay, so the conference winner, Chiefs are plus 325 to win the conference.
Yeah.
Ravens are plus 525. On DraftKings, you can pick. Let's see, I'm using Hard Rock. I don't see right now the actual matchup, but take a guess. Who do you think is the third favorite to come out of the? Excuse me. Yeah, the third favorite to come out of the AFC. Who do you think it would be?
Third favorite to come out of the AFC would probably be the Bengals.
Wow, good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on, baby.
Bengals at plus 650. I'm actually surprised you guessed that. You know who I thought you would have guessed?
Miami.
Houston.
Houston. What are they? Are they fifth?
Houston is fourth favorites to come out at plus 800.
See, I think people are just buying into Houston a little bit too much, too early. They're
That's
going to
how
be a good
I,
team. They're going to be solid, but it's got to develop.
that's kind of how I feel about the Packers.
So you think
Right?
it's a little
Like
early for the Packers? I guess that's fair to say. They're the NFC of they're the Texans of the NFC. I think that's fair to say.
I just think that I want to see it. I want to see if Jordan Love deserves to be the highest paid guy. Okay, I like KC. I think they deserve. They're getting the respect that the Patriots got. You can just book them to be there in January. You can book it. They got the best coach, the best quarterback in the league now. Weapons are getting better. Mahomes is just improving his game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Texans.
Yeah, love that.
I could see them abs. Here's the. I'm not saying I'm going all in on them, but what I'm saying is I think they could bully that division. I think Trey they could actually go like a 12-5. Maybe that squeaks you a first round bye. They're playing in the dome. If this guy CJ Stroud is what everybody's saying he is, I don't know. Talk to me NFC Championship game. Why? Who? Where? Talk to me.
NFC Championship game. I'm going Packers and
Wow.
because I think the 49ers, they're just solid. They're the best team in the NFC. I really do. When they're firing on all cylinders, they're solid. Their defense is one of probably the best in the league, if not top three. I think I'm big on the Packers this year. I don't have anything necessarily great to say besides I'm big in love and I think the Packers are getting done. I'm a huge Josh Jacobs fan too, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I think they have what it takes to get it done. I really do. And they have the coach. They're smart enough that they can do it. They know what it takes to win over there, so they can get it done. That's me. Packers, 49ers. I think the 49ers win it, though.
That's crazy. Not crazy. We've seen the 49ers. I mean, Green Bay, I think, would be prominent favorites going into 2025 to win it all if they do that again.
Yes. I think that's
Right?
fair. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Like, you think about it, okay, they just made back to back NFC championship games. Matt LaFleur knows how to win. He's done it. Jordan Love's clearly the guy. Romeo Dobbs?
Yeah.
Romeo Dobbs is
Dobbs.
probably going to be one of their. We'll see. Josh Jacobs, he's solid. You can count on him. This is tough. This is tough. The Panther. No, I'm kidding. I actually think the Lions are going to be in this. I think I'm kind of believing they know how to win now. They got the DNA. I don't know if they'll be the one seed. Give me the Lions versus. Give me the Lions versus Rams.
You
I
know what's
think.
funny is we're
Talk
staying
to
in
me.
the same divisions. We're staying in the same divisions for these picks.
We both like the NFC North. We both like the NFC West.
Yeah,
Talk
and
to
we
me.
both like the AFC West.
Let's take this a step further. Super Bowl. Why? Who wins? Or do you want to do just the matchup, or do you want to do winner?
Let's do. Yeah, we got to do winter too. We got to set this up for the season, so we got to have all our predictions out there. Here's
Talk to
what
me.
we're gonna do though. The Chiefs are going back for their three-peat. I think this is the strongest possibility for a three-peat I've seen since New England. I mean, this is an absolutely a dynasty.
Whoa,
And
whoa, whoa! This is a dynasty. Like, if they
yes,
win, or are they in the dynasty?
yes. They are literally finishing the Y, and as soon as they win the Super Bowl, they finish the Y. Okay, and they spelt dynasty completely out because they're going to win the Super Bowl. I do think they win the Super Bowl. Give me the 49ers up there again.
Wow.
Don't think they have the mustard to do it. I don't think they have the mustard to do it. Now, listen, I know I'm big on the Packers. I love the Packers, but listen, when you go for your first time, there's some growing pains you got to go through. You got to learn a little bit. You got to work out the chinks. You're going to have to experience the playoffs a little bit. I still think they have to do that. 49ers this season, they've been there. They're expecting to be there again. So that's once they get there is when they can finally turn it on. I think the 49ers handle them. And, of course, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
KC, Super Bowl champ, 3-time. Okay, I'm interested. I want to rewind. KC is in a dynasty. They are a dynasty. They will be a dynasty. Clarify that.
Casey is, I want to call them a dynasty, but like you can 100% without a doubt call them a dynasty if they win the Super Bowl.
If they
Like
win, I
100%.
agree. If
We're
they
not
win,
arguing it anymore. Right now, it's an argument. It's up
I
for
agree.
debate.
I think they are in the stage of being okay. You won back to back. You've Mahomes has 3 rings now in what, 5 years? The argument's on the table. I think it's undeniable they will be considered a dynasty if they win. So I'm with you there. 49ers, man, 3 Super Bowl losses. You realize that would be 3 to the same team, Trey. Like,
Sometimes they just got your number. Hey, sometimes it is what it is. The bully's going to beat you up every time, okay? You're just not strong enough. It is what it is.
that's like, listen, that's horrifying. That's like walking in on your girlfriend 3 separate times.
And still
Like,
going back.
I just can't imagine you lost twice. That's already painful. 3 times in a row to the same team is just that could
Yeah.
cripple an organization.
Yeah.
Look at the Bills, 4 times, 4 losses.
Listen, and nobody wants to talk about it. They arguably have the worst trade in history. Everybody wants to say it's the Panthers, but that trade for Trey.
They got fleeced. Well, I don't even know. Would you consider that getting fleeced or just terrible evaluation? Like terrible outlook on what they didn't get fleeced though, did
evaluation. Now they did. They did technically, yes, but they didn't know they were getting fleeced at the time.
Did anybody think they got fleeced at the time?
I don't think so. No.
Right.
Everybody
Me neither.
thought Trey was going to be the next guy.
I am interested now. Are you okay? You can't see my screen, but I'll pull it up. Hold on one sec. I want to just explore. I want to explore what happens if they move up and don't take Trey Lance. Let's do this real quick. Okay. Let me just find a better friendly view for you. Here we go. This
is what I'm trying to tell people. They better be thanking their lucky stars that they found Brock Purdy in the 7th round, because if they didn't, they would be stuck. They would have Sam Darnold right now or whoever. Trey Lance would still be trying to figure it out or whatever it was.
Houston. Yeah, Houston. I remember they got a lot of draft capital from the winners here. Kyle Pitts looking like a bust. We'll see. Okay, let's do this. I just want to. let's just, on the count of three, you go, then I'll go. Are you able to see this column right here that says player? Can you see that okay on the eyes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good.
You're Mike Shanahan. You're on the clock, the third pick. Congratulations, call it in. Any of these players instead of Trey Lance, this is your mulligan. Nobody ever knows you took Trey Lance. It's wiped from history. Congratulations. The 49ers will select.
Micah Parsons.
Wow. Wow. What a pick, huh? Oh my God. Micah
12th.
Parsons with Bosa. Oh my God.
Imagine that edge rush.
My God.
Imagine that.
So
And
they would.
then I even got a second one. If I didn't do that, I would do Penei Sewell easily.
Yeah, I like that.
He's
I
a Hall of
saw that.
Famer. He's a Hall
Let
of
me just
Famer.
scroll down to make sure I'm not forgetting any steals late in the first. That's our guy, Christian. Listen, so that would imply, and I'm asking here, they would keep Jimmy G at quarterback?
Yeah.
Is Brock Purdy better than Jimmy G? Is it substantial? Is it noticeable? Does it matter?
I mean, they did the same things with both. So,
I think I'm I'm not going to tell you my pick. I'm going to build the suspicion or kind of build the suspension up a little bit. I think that's the blueprint to beat Mahomes. I think you need two dominant edge rushers, or you need a D tackle, or you need some crazy corners who are lockups to apply that pressure. I think if you have Micah Parsons on one side and Trey, just imagine what happens with Micah Parsons and oh my God,
that's
dude.
two future Hall of Famers.
Bosa's a man child. Listen, Trey, I'm looking at it right now, and this was something that we're going to touch on here. Defensive Player of the Year before Week 1. Who do you think's favorite to win?
Favorite to win, I would say it's probably Micah.
Micah plus 500. Nick Bosa, who would be his running mate, is 1, 2, 3, 5th. He's an absolute
Wow.
man child at plus 850. Those are good odds. That would be the
Yeah.
scariest defensive line in the league on both edges. Yeah, that's probably the DNA. That's probably the recipe. I think I would. Oh, man, at first I thought you were going to say Jamar Chase because imagine what you could do with Jamar Chase
Yeah, I thought about that.
with Debo and Brandon Ayuk, and they already had CMC. God, that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. But they
I
but I mean, their receivers are fine. They have the pieces. They just got to get the quarterback that can get it to him. So, but dude, you can't like Micah. I mean, bro, that's a generational talent. Like,
I don't know if there's a wrong answer because some of these guys are on trajectory for Hall of Fame. Jamar is incredible. Penny Sewell is incredible.
yeah.
Surtain is a lockup for Denver right now. Micah, I think
Hmm.
Micah's probably the most reasonable, logical answer here. I'm going to go Micah, but second, I'd probably go Jamar. Just because I think Shanahan is a brainchild. He's an absolute whiz with the offense. The things he would do, they would be scary.
They would be
So,
scary.
Micah, yeah, looking back, I mean, now that we look at this draft class, that's a really, really bad trade.
It,
Like when you,
that's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm like, this has to be the only reason it's not talked about is because they do well and they got lucky on Brock Purdy in the 7th round. This would go down as the worst trade in history if it didn't work. Like they just got lucky; it worked out. Like thank the Lord for them. But
we're up. I'm going to go, man, this is tough. You want to know why it's tough for me, Trey? This podcast is about transparency. It's about admitting our wrongs. It's about growing. It's about informing the viewers on why we think the way we think. The reason why, and I'm interested if you know what I don't want to happen, or what I'm, or what, yeah, what I don't want to happen. Casey wins a third Super Bowl. You know my background. You know my team, my allegiance. You know what I don't want to hear, Trey?
Pat Mahomes is better than Tom Brady.
I can't handle it. I will lose my mind if we're pushing that agenda. Now, if they're saying, whoa, he's on trajectory, I can live with that. The dude is incredible. He could end today, be a Hall of Famer. In my opinion, when you lose to your predecessor or your running mate or whoever your is, you're disqualified.
Yeah,
You're disqualified. Brady blew the doors off him. He beat him in the AFC Championship game. Then I beat you in the Super Bowl. I go to the other conference. I smacked you up and down. I think Brady's going to be the GOAT. I just couldn't listen to these Stephen A. Smiths and the Shannon Sharps and the Keyshawn Johnsons to say, hey, Mahomes, oh my God. Listen, Mahomes is incredible. He's not better than Brady. Not yet.
Yeah.
Like,
This
I
is
think
this is this screams LeBron and Jordan.
if Jordan beat LeBron or vice versa, LeBron bullied Jordan, it's hard for the Jordan enthusiast to even have a ground to stand on.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I think what Brady said was he was getting interviewed. I think he said you got to get to 7 and then we can have that conversation.
Yeah.
You want to
You
talk
think
to you got to get to 7 and then we can see who's best because
he
I got more Super Bowls than 27 NFL franchises.
you think about how many roster turnovers that is too with
Trey, I think I'm lying. I think he has more Super Bowls than every franchise combined.
I don't know about that.
And not combined, excuse me. I think
I
Brady
was
has
about to say,
more.
I don't think that's possible.
Brady has 7.
Yes. Brady has 7. Pat Mahomes has 3.
Who has the most Super Bowl wins in NFL history? I think we're talking about the Steelers and the
Yeah, I think it
Patriots.
is.
Brady has 7. Brady's got more rings than the whole NFL.
Than
Like,
every
come on,
NFL
man.
franchise, yeah. Yeah, I
Like,
know,
come on.
listen. Yeah. But Pat Mahomes is the only guy that I see that could possibly get 7 in the future.
Sure. He's next up. He's the young guy. Who's
Just
your
think
number
about
two?
how many roster turnovers that is, though. Like, he's going through multiple teams, like, not doing it with the same guy. It's not like they got the same team every year just demolishing people. Like, they're getting turned over with new guys. He's doing that with new people, new receivers, new offensive linemen, new running backs. Like, that's pretty wild.
So this is the thing where I really give Brady the edge, and I think we're starting to see it here with KC. But you can remember this, right? You're young enough. You've been paying attention to football at least for the last month or two. I'm kidding, maybe 6 7 years. We'll see.
This guy's funny. That joke was hilarious. Thank you.
Brady won rings, and this is where I started to become biased, but it's informational. It's information that I think is relevant to this convo. Brady won with a handful of OCs and DCs. Now, lucky for him, he had the greatest coach of all time being his wingman, but Bill O'Brien, Charlie Weiss, Eric Mangini, Josh McDaniels, all these guys were constantly rotated in. Matt Patricia, he
Yeah.
continued to win and win and win. I think what we're going to start seeing in the next 4 or 5 years is listen, Andy Reid's still there. I think as long as Andy Reid and Mahomes are there, they're always going to have a fighting chance. But let's see him go through some personnel. You know who's been a silent warrior, an absolute staple and gem for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Who?
Defensive coordinator.
Uh, Best defensive coordinator in the league, Spagnola.
Yeah, Steve
Steve.
Spagnuolo. Can't believe I was drawing a blank on that. Listen, man, he got
Yeah.
canned, I think, from the New York Giants. That dude has been doing great stuff with KC. I will say this: they lost Eric Bieniemy, and everybody was saying the Chiefs are on the collapse. You know what I mean? Mahomes can't do it
Yep.
anymore. So we'll
And then
see.
they won.
I think I'll be interested to see. I think he's going to get even more credit once Kelsey goes away, whether that's a year, 2 or 3. But we'll see.
And
Let's go back.
and and with that being said, yeah. With that being said, you have
Yeah, I think KC will make it. I think what we're going to see is a KC Lions, and then I'm breaking kneecaps.
oh my gosh. What?
I'm breaking kneecaps, man. That's what we do over here. We're chewing kneecaps, and we're running the football.
The
I'm
Lions.
listen. I'm interested in this regular season wins. Talk to me right now. NFL champion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, give me the Lions at plus 1,200 to win the Super Bowl. Casey's at plus 550. The odds are there. I think it creates an interesting storyline. Everybody's happy. I'm
Oh
happy.
my goodness. I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say here. That's well, listen, every Detroit fan is gonna love you now, I'll say that.
I
Everybody
mean,
who loves the Lions is gonna slurp you now. But
you're telling me you don't see it.
maybe.
You're telling me you don't see it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, this is y'all's year. Like, I don't see them getting any better than they have been. So if they're gonna do it, they might as well put it together now. Like, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Make it
The
your
year.
year, pal.
This is the year they have to put all the pieces together.
Brock Purdy regresses, then boom, you're good. You're in the pocket.
I think if they don't get it done this year, then they start to become the Los Angeles Clippers.
Okay, that's fair.
Right? Like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, okay, buddy. You guys are good. We get it.
Yeah, cool. You made a conference championship with Paul George, and
No, they just become the Cowboys. Like, we get it. You guys make the playoffs. You're gonna lose first round, but congrats on making the playoffs again. That's what they are.
that's fair. It just they don't get the respect. They won't get the respect they deserve. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. We didn't fill out 2 through 4. That's probably a little bit longer than we expected. This is great. KC Ravens, KC Texans, Lions Rams. Okay, perfect. So Trey, let's do this. I think it's important. Listen, my background, I served 9 years in the Marine Corps in the greatest country on earth.
Yeah, thank you for your service, sir.
Thanks, bud. Land of the free, home of the brave. That's what we do. And if there's something I know, it pays to be a winner. It pays to be a
100%.
winner. We'll tally these up at the end of week 17. Maybe you'll get me a gift card. You'll buy me a round of golf. I'll buy you a jersey. We'll figure out what the prize is 17 weeks in on who's right and who's wrong the most, what our
I
winning
love that.
percentage is. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna show you why I'm in the tech space, and I don't want you to get well. I don't think I can do it with this here. So let's just do this. I'm gonna read you off week 1, and if you want, I can show it to you. But I'll read you off the matchup and the line, and then you tell me who you like.
Yep.
And then I'll go. That way, I think it's a little bit more of you're just feeling it. You're in the pocket, you're in the gun, and you talk to me, all right?
Love it.
Okay, so what we got here. Trey, talk to me. Week 1, first game of the season, Chiefs, Ravens, KC's at home, -3. Who do you like? And we're just picking outright winners, okay? You want to do winners or you want to do the spread?
Outright winner. We'll just do winners. If you want to take the spread, that's great, but I'm just going to tell you the winner. I'm just going to predict it. Money line straight up. Let's just get raw with it. I don't care if they're an underdog or not. With that being said, Ravens versus Chiefs, I think it's simple. I told y'all the Chiefs is going to win the Super Bowl, but it's set up perfectly for the Ravens to win this game. I did bet it. I think the Ravens will win this game.
Okay, next game on the docket, Friday night in Brazil. Interesting place. Packers on the road. Or I guess they're considered the road team here. Philly is -3. Packers, Philly -3.
Give me the Packers starting off hot. Love getting nasty with it. Josh Jacobs back there getting freaky. Dobbs getting high. I think they're going to be strong. I think the Eagles start slow. Yep. We said it. We predicted. What if they're 3-5? The Eagles are just not looking good. I could see it happening so easily. Give me the Packers.
I absolutely love. Cardinals, Bills. Bills are getting -6. Bills are 6.5 at home. Who do you like?
I don't care what anybody says. I'll never bet against Josh Allen. I love him always. I'll love him forever. Give me Josh Allen and the Bills to put the Cardinals away. The Cardinals will figure it out later in the season, though.
Titans on the road. Bears are at Chicago. Chicago -4.
Give me Chicago.
Like that.
It's going to be hot. The headlines are going to be everywhere. Caleb Williams is the guy, and they'll slowly tinker off throughout the season.
Okay, so two Super Bowl contenders squaring off week 1. Patriots, Bengals in Cincy. Bengals -8.5. I think it's obvious. You probably like Cincy.
Yeah, give me Cincy here. We don't need to say anything else. With Jacoby Brissett starting off, they're going to be rough over there in New England.
Yeah, I got. That's another thing I'm going to explore after this. Interesting game here. Texans, Colts. Texans on the road against Indy. Houston -3.
Give me the Texans. They're going to start off hot on the season. I think the Colts build up. They're kind of mid throughout the season, and then they turn it up and possibly make a playoff run.
Jags, Dolphins in Miami. Fins getting 3.5.
Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the Jags. I'm not buying what they're selling. I'll just leave it at that.
Your boys on the road in New Orleans. Saints -4.
We're shocking the world. The Saints are the worst in their division. I don't think Derek Carr is the guy. The Panthers are coming out week 1 and getting the dub, baby.
I like that. Vikings, Giants. Vikings are on the road. Minnesota -2. Wow, interesting line.
Give me the Giants. I don't think Jarek Jones is going to be as bad as everybody's saying he's going to be. I think he's going to be actually
Daniel Jones,
decent with.
right?
Daniel Jones. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be as bad as everybody's saying he has been. And I think that the Giants are going to be kind of solid. I think Malik Neighbors is going to be a freak. I really
4 p.m.
believe that.
kickoff. Raiders on the road against the Chargers. Chargers -3.
I got to go with the Chargers here. If there's one thing that Harbaugh knows, that's football. He knows how to win, and he will come figure it out against the Raiders.
Interesting line here. I'm gonna tell you the game, and I just want you to guess what you think the line is.
Okay.
Broncos at Seattle. What do you think the line is?
I think Seattle -5.
Not bad. Seattle -6.
Okay. I should have said 6. Why'd I say 5?
You like Seattle then?
I do like Seattle. I think Mike McDonald is one of my top candidates for Coach of the Year. I think they'll figure it out over there. I think Gino's solid. He's not great, but they got a solid offense. They'll be fine.
Cowboys in Cleveland facing the Browns. Wow. Can you guess this line, please?
They're in Cleveland. Cowboys -3.
Cleveland -2.5.
Wow.
Wow, huh?
Even Vegas doesn't believe in the Cowboys. With that being said, give me the Cowboys. I think they upset the Browns here. I don't think Deshaun Watson has the juice anymore. I'm hearing a lot of interesting things
Is
about
that
him.
a trap game? Like, what does Vegas see that we are not seeing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Week one, I don't even try and understand Vegas. I just let them throw the lines out there, and I just say, let me just bet with my
That's
heart
our
here.
next segment, and I have a screenshot. I can't wait to get spicy here of what I already like in terms of a beautiful first for week one ticket. Commanders on the road against my native backyard, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks getting 3.5. What do you like?
Give me the Bucks. I think the Bucks hold it down. Baker's going to be solid still. He's not going to be the same guy he was last year, but I think they hold it down still.
Two incredible late night games. NBC, Rams in Detroit. Detroit's getting 4. What do you like?
Wow.
Yeah, good game, huh?
That's a great game. That's a great week one game. I'm going to have to go with the Lions, I think, because they just have it together.
You've been beating up on them all segment. You're saying
I have, but I think they're a great regular season team. They were the hottest team to start the NFL last year. I don't want everybody to forget that they were one of the best teams in the NFL last year through the first 6 weeks. So I think they continue that streak.
Game I absolutely love. They're in one of my tickets. Jets on the road in San Fran. San Fran's getting 4.5. What do you like? Return of Rodgers.
Give me Aaron Rodgers
Love it.
and the Jets.
No,
Aaron
love it,
Rodgers, comeback player of the year. I think he is going to look solid, and he could possibly make a run for MVP. I know a lot of people's not going to like that. That's a bold take.
I love
for
it,
you.
man. You just hit me with two great takes that I absolutely love. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, my turn. Let's do this.
Yeah.
KC. And let me just make sure that this is uniform here. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So I'm going to take KC against the Ravens. Let me scroll back up. I'll do some rapid fire here. Yeah, I like the Packers to beat the Eagles. Although, you know what? No, I don't. Give me the Eagles. I actually think it's going to take a little bit for the Packers. If the Packers if they are going to be who we think they are, or what everybody's saying they're going to be, I don't think it's going to be from the get-go. I think they're going to have to figure out how to win first. Matt LaFleur has been there. He's a great coach, in my opinion. Give me Philly. Let's move on. You know what? Actually, my apologies, Trey. We forgot one game, so I'll come back to you real quick. Okay. I don't know how I skipped over this. We'll add it. You know what? I'll just make this easy. We'll add it right below this. We'll just insert a row. Okay, my apologies. Sunday, 1 p.m. kickoff. Steelers at Atlanta. What do you like? Atlanta's getting 3.5.
Give me the Steelers. I think the Steelers are going to be solid. They'll figure it out between Justin Fields and Russell. I think they'll figure it out between one of them, and they'll be decent. Their defense is always solid. I don't believe in Raheem Morris. I don't. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's fine. Who do you think Russell Wilson's going to be their guy the whole season? Do they go to Justin Fields?
I think Russ.
Russ
I don't know.
Cooks?
God, do I got to answer that question seriously? I don't know.
Think
Dear
about it.
Lord.
Think about it. Think about it. I think we could both agree on is it's both better than Kenny Pickett.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Any quarterback wearing 2 gloves needs to be off your team immediately.
All right. Well, cool. I'm gonna actually disagree with you, which is great. This is great for a nice win-loss separation.
Yeah.
Cardinals at Bills. Oh my God. Oh my God. Give me the Cardinals.
No
Um,
way.
yeah, I think the Bills are going to feel some real pain real quick. Josh Allen's going to fuck around and put us some stats. He probably throw a pick. He led the league in picks last year. Arizona's got explosive. They got weapons.
Defensive head coach too.
Yeah, and listen, they bought into that culture. Whatever. I'm not gonna spend time on it. Let's go quick here. Titans, Bears. I'm gonna take Chicago, and then the Bengals is a no-brainer. So we're gonna go Bears, and then bang bang, and then we're gonna copy. I like this game a lot. Texans, Colts. I really like this game. So I'm obviously going to do what you did and disagree. I'm going to
Yeah.
take the Colts here. I think Anthony Richardson could fuck around and get 125 rushing yards. I think the coach is a little bit better. I think Texans are going to have to put it together. How do they got that many mouths to feed? Whatever. It's not a complete dialogue of how I see that game breaking down.
That's fair.
And then the next two, I'm going to copy you. I like the Dolphins over the Jags, and I like the Cats to fuck around. Oh, excuse me, and to fuck around and just beat the Saints, man. I could see Derek Carr getting booed out of that stadium week 1.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Vikings, Giants. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I think the Giants figure out a way. I like the skip moving ahead. I like the Chargers to beat the Raiders. I'll agree with you there.
Yep. Harbaugh knows football, baby.
Broncos, Seahawks. Yeah, I'm not sold on Bull Nix. Everybody's high on this guy. I think he's a little bit better Tebow athlete, if you ask me.
That's a shot. That's a
Cowboys,
shot.
Browns. I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I'll own it. Cleveland was good last year. I don't know how they get better. I mean, Nick Chubb's out. Amari Cooper they tried to trade. They picked up Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, Njoku. They got some talent. Myles Garrett's a freak, but I just don't see. I don't know how they got 2.5. That's a different conversation. Give me the Bucks. The Bucks need to start off strong. They got a really tough division after they won that division. Really tough schedule after winning that division last year. Rams. Trey, listen. These are the 2 games of the week, if you ask me.
100%.
Rams, Lions, Jets, 49ers. Man, oh man, oh man.
I
Give me
know
the
it.
Rams. You know what's crazy? I really love the Jets to win, but I even love them to cover more.
Wow. That's fair. Say it. Jets win and cover.
I think, my gosh. Give me the 49ers. But if we were taking the spreads, I would absolutely hammer the 49ers. Excuse me, I would take the Jets cover. So let's see what we got different here. We'll just count up to see. 1 game, 2 game, 3 game, 4 game. 4 games different right off the bat. Talk about parity.
Love that.
5. And we got 7 games different. One of us is going to come out victorious here, so that's cool. We'll count that up. We'll revisit this, and then we'll see what the. You know what, Trey? Listen, this brings me to our last segment. I think week 1 and week 2 of the NFL is where bettors like you and I can cash.
Yeah.
I think
100%.
Vegas is still figuring out what team's identity is going to be, what their DNA is, what their weakness is, if players are going to meet expectations or go below them. There's a couple bets I absolutely love. I want to hear I'm happy to go first. You tell me. Do you want me to tell you kind of I had my eyes on this last night and I screenshotted it for you because I knew we were doing this segment. Do you want to go first in terms of your week 1 favorite bets, or would you like me to?
You go ahead and go, actually.
Okay, perfect. I will.
I'll pull mine up.
Give me, and this is going to work both ways. I'm going to take this in a parlay, and then I'm going to take it in a teaser. I like the Cardinals plus 6.5.
Okay. Okay. You really like the Cardinals this week.
Yeah, I really do. I like the Cardinals plus 6.5. I like the Jets plus 4. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my picture here. Okay. Oh, you know what? I guess I didn't screenshot it. Maybe it was just in one of my tickets.
I got two that I know of right off bat.
Let's
I'm
hear
going to go
it.
ahead and tell you the Ravens on Thursday night money line. Give me the Ravens money line at plus 128 now. It's going down, okay? So people
Wow,
sharps,
money line.
I don't know if they're sharps or people are starting to bet it or what, but on FanDuel it's plus 128 now. I think I got it at plus 138, so it's definitely going down. And then I like plus 3.5 for Pittsburgh to cover against the Falcons. I think that's one of my best bets of the week right there.
Say that second one again. I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
Pittsburgh plus 3.5 against the Falcons.
Wow. Pittsburgh plus 3.5 against the Falcons. Man, we'll see. I should have been writing that down. I'm going to do Cash Kings here. Cash out. Cash out. We'll change this as we go, but I think this is going to be the kind of format that we go moving forward. And listen, tell us what you like. Tell us if you like a different pick. I need you, my bad, Trey. I need you to tell me those two picks again. That way I can just keep track of them.
Yeah, you're good. All right. I got three, actually, okay?
Ravens, you said? My bad.
I'm
Maybe
going to go
Ravens.
Ravens money line. Ravens money line. I'm going to give you Pittsburgh plus 3.5 against the Falcons. And I'm going to give you Cowboys straight up money line against the Browns.
Wow. Wow. Dallas money line. Okay. Over Browns. I'm going to put the opponent just so we don't get confused. I think the Steelers are playing
That's
the
fine.
Falcons.
Yep.
Okay. There we go.
my three for the week,
There's
baby.
Trey Melton's wad of cash right there. Not likely. I
Two
don't know.
underdogs in that. Oh, they're all underdogs, actually.
I mean, listen, if you're going it from an odds perspective, go for it, King. Have your day. Interesting.
I love it.
Okay, let's do this. I'll make it easy. And then we'll just put this side by side. Bang, bang. Okay, here's what I like. Get rid of this. Okay, I have 4, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And mine are this. I have this in a parlay and a 6-team teaser. Cardinals plus 6.5
Against the Bills.
against the Bills. Jets plus 4. I really like that.
Yeah.
I love the Rams plus 3.5. I think that's somewhat disrespectful. Listen, dude, that's a personal game. Goff against his
100%.
old team, Stafford against his old team. The Lions, I think, will always love Stafford. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about Cooper being healthy this year. That's why I drafted him. Shout out to Coop.
And the Rams will always hate Jared Goff. So
That's true. They'll hate him no matter what. Listen, I think one that's absolutely, I would bet this every single way. I would take the over in terms of the team over, not the game over, the team over, and I would take the spread. I'm taking it in a single. I'm taking it money line. Dolphins minus 3.5.
Yeah.
That might be. Did you have that one too?
No.
No. That might be my favorite bet.
That's a great bet.
I'm just not sold on Jacksonville, man.
Me neither
Like,
at all.
I'm just not sold. I want to say Trevor Lawrence is capable of winning, but Doug Peterson is just so lukewarm. And I like Travis Etienne. Other than that, I'm not really sure what they're going to be known for. I mean, what's their DNA? Like, I don't know. I think this year, I don't know. So I think Dolphins are going to be in Miami. Don't let this be in Miami. If this is in Miami, that's my week. Let's see. In Miami, minus 3.5. Listen.
That's crazy though. Like
Crazy.
What kind of line is that? Like only 3.5?
Listen, I've heard a few different guys in the industry. Somebody who I like, Bill Simmons, they love Jacksonville. They
I don't know
love
why.
Jacksonville. I don't know about this game, but they love him for the year. So we'll
Why?
see. We'll keep tabs of this, and then we'll revisit this come week 2.
Yep.
You know, this is good. This is really good. I can't wait. Football's back. My fantasy team is looking very bright. I have two bold takes because I know people are going to say, "Oh, Robs, you love to call things after they're." Nope. I'm calling it right now. Hot takes, bold takes. Not saying I'm going to be right, but I feel good about it, so that means I'm probably going to be right.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy is going to get fired at the end of the year. Dallas Cowboys are going to be looking for a new coach. Wouldn't be surprised if Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, somebody out there who's lurking takes his position. Mike McCarthy is going to be fired. We don't have to document this. We'll just keep track of it. It's not right versus
Okay.
wrong. My second one I'm flirting with. You go. You tell me your bold take. Tell me your first bold take of the year. What do you think?
My first bold take of the year is Aaron Rodgers has an MVP season.
I love that.
That is 100%. I think he has comeback player of the year locked up 100%. I do think he could tap into the MVP category. That
I
that
love
is
that. Can I just
that's
tell you the NFL MVP odds?
yes.
Okay. NFL MVP odds. Do you know who number one is? Take a guess.
Number 1, Pat.
Pat's at plus 500, and I just found Aaron Rodgers. Trey, the value is there. Plus 2,000. He is the second, third, fourth,
Wow.
fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th favorite to win it behind a list of quarterbacks. Josh Allen, second, CJ Stroud, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott.
Brock Purdy has better or
Yeah,
has
that's kind of crazy.
wow.
That's kind of crazy.
Wow. The NFL hates Aaron Rodgers though, so I will say that they're not going to show him any love anywhere, but that might be good for us. That's my first bold one. What
I
you got?
like
You
it.
you remember your second one yet?
Yeah, I do. And I don't know if this is going to be crazy bold. I just, I'm on a different island than you in terms of really liking this player. I like him. I just think he gets so much love for no reason. I think he's the definition of like a good NBA. That'll be our next segment, maybe, or one of our segments, NBA comparisons. Who's a good NBA player for this guy to consider? But for some reason, people love him. I don't know. Maybe Chris Paul. Maybe that's kind of disrespectful. I don't know. Maybe a J. No, that's crazy
Who are
disrespectful.
you talking about?
Kirk Cousins is going to get benched.
What?
Yeah, I think Kirk Cousins gets benched. I think Penix
You
Jr. is.
don't
I really do. I really do. I think Kirk Cousins has had a. I think his career, he's arguably played with some of the most talent that any quarterback would kill for.
and he balls out. And he balls out.
But he's never made the big game. He's never made an NFC Championship game. He played with Adrian
Well, they
Peterson,
got
Stephon Diggs.
cursed low key. They got cursed low key. They
Talking
got
about the game,
the Minneapolis Miracle.
he's played with incredible talent. Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Adrian Peterson, Adam Thielen, Hawkinson. They have coaches there. Minnesota was in a weak division. The Bears have been trashed. The Lions have been trashed. The Packers have been, I guess, their
Okay.
biggest competitor.
How many of those teams that he's been how many of those seasons were they bad because of him though?
No, I don't think Kirk Cousins is ever going to be the reason why our team is 4-12 or 5-11. I don't think he's ever going to allow a team to get that low. What I think is my point is he is the definition of 9-8, 8-8, first round exit. But somehow we love him. Somehow the media loves this guy.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So I think that would be mine. I mean, I have another quarterback who I'm not high on, but what's your second take?
My second take is going to be a little biased, but it is a bold take.
Oh. Oh.
I
Oh. I think I know what it is, but go ahead.
I think Dave Canales and the Panthers figure out that Bryce Young is 100% the guy. He has a 4,000 yard passing season and looks like I would say top 15 quarterback in the league by the end of the season.
Top 15.
Yep.
Yeah,
Whether that's
that's
15 or number 2, I think he turns it on. I think he looks great this year, and he balls out.
Trey, I took a screenshot of something, and you know what? I'm just gonna look it up because I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to close with this because I remember you told me something. I think a month or two ago, or whenever Dave initially got hired, and you made. And I'm not gonna hold you to this. I just want to see if you still stand by it. You told me. Do you remember what you said?
Uh, no, I'm a little nervous right now. If
You
I'm being
said
honest.
Dave is going to turn him into the.
To the what?
You said the comeback player of the year.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
so you can testify. You said that.
I did say that, and if Aaron Rodgers wasn't coming off an injury, I think that would be the case.
Okay, I'm just going to stop scrolling when I see the odds for Bryce Young. Is he even an option here? No, Trey, I'm not even trying to be.
It's because he didn't do that bad last year that it's like he don't have nothing to come back from. Like he's straight, like he's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He's not even in the top 18, which I think is crazy. Is that accurate? Is he even in the running for comeback player of the year?
Maybe you can't be if you only played 1 year. I don't know.
I mean, I
I
think he
don't
maybe
know.
has to. I
The
think.
point the point here's the deal. The point of that statement is I think that Dave Canales comes in and turns Bryce a complete 180 from what he was last year with Frank Reich.
I'm going to just read you in order. I think this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10 favorite according to Vegas. And who did you say would be comeback player of the year? Are you still sticking by Bryce, or if you had to
No,
put your
I'm
money on
no
somebody, it'd be
Aaron Rodgers all day because I think he could possibly be MVP also.
Rodgers, Burrow, Kirk, Anthony Richardson, Nick Chubb, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. Rodgers is plus 140. Burrow plus 300. Kirk plus 5. Anthony Richardson plus 700. Nick Chubb, I don't know how he can win it, missing 4 games, plus 1,200. And then I'll just stop there because I don't think the other guys have a chance. I would
I'll
probably
say this:
money. Yeah.
just based off odds, just looking at numbers, not following my heart. I think Burrow's a good bet there.
I like Burrow or Anthony Richardson.
I don't know if AR is going to stay healthy. I just don't. I'm very very skeptical of that.
Burrow at
You're
plus 300 is good. Rodgers, I mean, listen, I think all of these, I think the 3 out of 4 of them make sense. Rodgers, Burrow, and Richardson, and I guess I'd put my money on Burrow, but I do like Rodgers.
I
Is
like
Jamar
Rodgers the
Chase gonna
most.
play? Is he gonna like get the deal signed?
I'm not sure about that. That's what I'm saying. The contract stuff, I never know. I hear 50 different things. Like there'll be 4 different reporters saying different things about them in the same day.
Well, there we have it. Week 1. Give me the mic, Trey. It's been a pleasure. I think we're going to try to do this every week, Tuesdays or Wednesdays, depending upon our schedules. We're going to start uploading these to YouTube.
Yep.
Any closing remarks, things you want to say? I mean, what do you think here? I think obviously we're off to a good routine, and this is only week 1. We're going to continue to go this trend.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, my guy. What do you guys say?
It's been great. This is just hang in here with us. We'll figure out our structure and everything as we go. It'll get cleaned up. It'll be better, more and more. We'll tighten up the content and get it out there. We're just gonna keep pumping it out for you guys, and we're excited. This is our first season. We're starting, and hey, what I really have to say, keep pounding, baby.
Keep pounding. Trey, it's been a pleasure, man. Take care, and looking forward to talking about week 1.
Yep, NFL's here, baby. Let's go.
Peace.